Hi everyone, and welcome back to Vocab Builder. Today we're exploring a powerful Latin root that has given English hundreds of words. Cape, meaning to take, to hold, or to seize. You might already recognize this root from the famous Latin phrase Carpe Diem, literally, take the day. But wait, if the verb is caper, why does it change to carpe in Carpe Diem? That's a great question. The answer lies in Latin grammar. Capere is the infinitive form, to take, while carpe is the imperative form, used for giving commands, so it literally means take. This little shift reminds us that Latin roots often change their spelling depending on grammar or pronunciation. We saw the same thing earlier with cadere, to fall, which gave us cod, seed, and cas. So don't worry, you don't need to study Latin grammar to understand English words. Just keep in mind, when English borrows from Latin, roots can appear in different spellings for grammatical or phonetic reasons. In the case of capere, the base cap often changed to seep when prefixes were added, and to sept in its past participle form, meaning taken. Then, when capere words passed through French, the spelling evolved once more, creating the form sieve. So cap, seep, sept, and sieve all come from the same Latin root, capere, meaning to take. Today, we'll explore English words built from each of these spelling families and see how they've shaped the language we use every day. Let's get started.
Let's take a look at some common words built from cap, the Latin root meaning to take or to seize. You already know a few of these, for example the word capture. It comes straight from capere, to take, and literally means the act of taking. From capture we get captive, meaning someone who has been taken, like a prisoner. And captivity, the state of being held or confined. Notice how the endings change. Ive to ivety, but the core idea stays the same, being taken or held. When something captures your attention, you might say you're captivated. That word literally means to take hold of, but we use it to mean charmed or fascinated. And the one doing the taking? That's the captor, the person who catches or holds someone else. Another familiar word is caption. Originally, it meant a taking or a summary, something that captures the meaning of an image or text beneath it. Then there's captious, a less common but interesting one. It literally means full of taking in the sense of seizing on little faults. So a captious person is someone who's overly critical, always picking at details. Now let's move to another branch of the same root, where cap means to hold. Think of words like capacity, capable, and capacious. Your capacity is your ability to take in or hold, whether it's a container holding water or your mental capacity for learning. If someone is capable, they're able to take on a task, competent or skilled. And capability simply means the state of being capable. You can even do something capably, meaning in a skilled or competent way. Capacious takes it one step further. It means spacious or roomy, literally able to take much. And finally, one you might not connect right away, capsule. It comes from capsa, meaning box or case, which also goes back to capere, to take or to hold. So a capsule is simply a small container that holds something, whether it's a medicine capsule or a space capsule. So from capture to capsule, all these words share the same Latin heartbeat, capere meaning to take, to seize, or to hold.
Now, before we move on to the different spelling forms of capere, there's something important to point out. Not every word that starts with cap comes from capere, the Latin root meaning to take. Some actually come from a completely different Latin root, caput, which means head. These words may look similar, but their meanings are totally different. Instead of taking or seizing, They have to do with the head, leader, or top of something. Let's look at a few examples. Capital comes from caput, meaning head or chief. Originally, it meant the head city, the main or most important one. In modern English, capital can mean a country's chief city or even money used to start a business, what we might call head wealth. Capital also comes from caput, literally head building. Today, it refers to the main government building, the place where leaders meet to make decisions. Captain combines caput with the suffix ein, meaning person. So a captain is literally the head person, the leader of a team, a ship, or a military unit. Then we have decapitate, built from de, meaning off, caput, meaning head, and ate, meaning to do. It literally means to remove the head, and that's exactly how it's used today, to behead. Another interesting one is capitulate. It comes from caput plus ulate, meaning to make or act repeatedly. Literally, it meant to lay down one's head. Figuratively, it means to surrender or yield. And one last related word, cadet. It might sound like it comes from caput, but it actually evolved through French from a word meaning a little head or junior. That's why a cadet is someone in training, a younger or lower-ranking member preparing to take the lead one day. So remember, cap words can come from two different roots, from capere, meaning to take, or from caput, meaning head. They look alike, but their meanings point in very different directions, one toward taking or holding, and the other toward leadership or position.
Now that we've seen words built from cap, let's move on to other spelling variations that come from the same Latin root capere, meaning to take. You'll often see them as CIP, CEP, and CEIV, each showing a slightly different stage of that same root idea. Let's begin with CIP. You can think of this form as the active one. It often appears in words that describe taking part or beginning to take something on. Take participate. It comes from part, meaning a share, plus sip, meaning take, and the ending ate, to do. So literally, to take part, to share or join in. Then there's anticipate, from anti, meaning before, and sip, meaning take. It literally means to take before, carrying the sense of expecting or foreseeing something ahead of time. Now, a word you might recognize from academic contexts, incipient. Here, in means into, and sip means take, with ient marking a state of being. So, incipient means taking shape or beginning to exist. For example, we might describe an incipient idea or an incipient revolution. It's a useful GRE-level word for anything that's just starting to emerge. Next, principle, from primus meaning first and sip meaning take. Literally, the first taker, the leading person or the chief authority, like a school principal or a principal cause. And closely related, principle from the same base idea, that which is taken first. It refers to a core truth, a foundation, or a guiding rule, the first thing you take when making a decision or forming a belief. So, across this CIP family, the thread remains the same, taking, assuming, or beginning to grasp something. Whether it's anticipating, participating, or taking the lead as a principle, every word built on CIP still carries that living sense of action at its core.
Now that we've explored some SIP words, let's move on to the sept family, another branch of the Latin root capere, which means to take or seize. In this form, sept often appears in words that describe something being taken, received, or grasped. Take accept, for example. It comes from ad,
meaning toward, plus sept, meaning take. So it literally means to take toward. In English, we use it to mean receiving something willingly or agreeing to it. Think of synonyms like receive, agree, or take on. Next is accept. Here, ex means out of. So accept literally means taken out. It refers to leaving something out or excluding it. Intercept combines inter, meaning between, with sept. So literally, it's taken between. In practice, it means stopping or seizing something on its way. You can think of stop, seize, or catch as similar meanings. Then we have concept, from con, meaning together, plus sept. Concept literally means taken together. Synonyms include idea, notion, or plan. Deception comes from de, meaning away, plus sept. It literally means taken away. And in English, it refers to tricking or misleading someone. Perception uses per, meaning through, plus sept. So literally, it's taken through. It describes the way we see, understand, or interpret something. Similar words include understanding, awareness, or insight. Relatedly, perceptive is an adjective meaning having a keen understanding or insight, noticing or grasping details quickly. Synonyms include observant, insightful, or discerning. This word is commonly tested on TOEFL and SAT. Contraceptive, from contra, meaning against, plus sept. It literally means against taking conception and refers to a method or device that prevents pregnancy. Synonyms include birth control or preventative.
Moving on to slightly more advanced vocabulary, we have inception, from in, meaning into, plus sept, and ton. It literally means the act of taking in. In English, it refers to the beginning or start of something. Synonyms include start, origin, or commencement. For example, the inception of the project was in January. Susceptible is formed from sub, meaning under, plus sept. It means able to be taken under or easily influenced or affected. Synonyms are vulnerable, impressionable, or sensitive. This word is commonly tested on TOEFL and SAT.
So in this sept family, we move from the active sense of taking, as in sip, to a more reflective sense, being taken, received, or grasped.
Finally, let's look at CEIVE, the French-influenced form of capere that English borrowed later. This spelling appears in very common words we use every day, and verbs ending in CEIVE often have related nouns ending in CEPTION. Take receive, for example. It literally means to take back. The noun reception refers to the act of receiving, and receiver is the one who takes. Next, conceive, literally to take together. Its noun form, conception, refers to the act or beginning of an idea, or even the beginning of life. Perceive combines per, meaning through, with ceive, literally to take through the senses. The noun perception captures this sense of awareness, understanding, or insight. A related adjective, perceptive, describes someone who's observant, insightful, or quick to understand subtle details. Finally, deceive literally means to take away from the truth. Its noun deception captures trickery, falsehood, or misleading behavior. So CEIVE words reflect a later stage in the journey of capere through French into English, showing how the root adapted in spelling while keeping its core sense of taking, holding, or receiving. I think we've now covered all the most important English words built from the Latin root capere, meaning to take or to seize. From cap, sip, sept, and deceive, we've seen how this single root gave rise to a rich family of words used in everyday life as well as in exams like the GRE, TOEFL, and SAT. But the story doesn't end here.
there's still another highly productive Latin root that has generated even more essential English words. That root is sedere, meaning to go, yield, or move. In our next video, we'll explore sedere and discover all the important words that come from it. Words that will further expand your vocabulary and help you understand the logic behind English word formation. Stay tuned.